Hello kiddies, welcome to today's session. Before moving towards the concept, I would like to wish you a happy new year. Let our 2021 will be a hope it will bring joy and happiness in your life. Wishing you a very good year ahead. So happy new year kiddies. Now we will move on to a concept. Yes, the concept for the day is a line graph from Unit 2B, handling data. I repeat, the topic for the day is a line graphs. So we'll start with our introductory part regarding the concept line graphs. Start with the term graph. Without knowing a graph, we can't understand what a line graph is or how it got that particular name and all. So let's see what a graph is. Graphs are drawings that shows mathematical information with lines, shapes, and colors. So graph means it is a type of drawing which shows some mathematical information. So already I've mentioned that graphs are drawings. So what kind of drawings? It illustrates or it shows mathematical information with the help of lines, shapes, and colors. So now you understand what a graph is. It gives you some information with the help of line diagram or line graph or some shapes and colors, etc. Graphs are also known as charts. People use graphs to compare amount of things or other numbers. So graphs are also known as charts. People uses these graphs to compare amount of things or other numbers. So mostly they use graph to comparing things. One of the characteristics of graph is like it helps us to compare things. Now comes about line graph, our concept. Line graph is a graph that uses line to show how the value of something changes. So line graph means it is a graph which represents the information with the help of line. With the help of line, it shows how the values of something changes or how it has been distributed or how we can acquire data with the help of all those lines. Intermediate. Next is the term intermediate or intermediate points. What it is? Intermediate points are the points between measured values. So you have many measured values in the graph. In between two measured values, there will be a point. That point is known as intermediate points. So intermediate point means the points between the measured value. So this is about the introductory part regarding the concept line graphs. I hope you all cleared with the introductory. So here comes your application level of question. Let's start with the very first question. Fatima was ill during March. A part, a normal temperature was 37 degrees Celsius. What day did Fatima become ill? B part, what was her highest temperature? C part, how many days did it take her temperature to return back or return to normal? Start counting when her temperature reached the highest point. And this is the daily temperature chart, which gives you an idea in the x-axis, like marked on x-axis as date in March, and y-axis temperature in degrees Celsius. So with the help of this chart, we are going to answer all these questions. So shall we start? Yes. We'll start with the A part. A normal temperature was 37 degrees Celsius. What day did Fatima become ill? So this is the normal temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. So a rise in or rise above 37 degrees Celsius means which is not a normal temperature, which means she become ill. So here you can see on y-axis, this is 36, 38 and 40. So in between this 36 and 38, you can see a small division that is 37 degrees Celsius. So 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40 degrees Celsius. Now, it's already said that a normal temperature was 37 degrees Celsius. So a rise above 37 degrees Celsius only cannot, it has Fatima become ill. So let's see here. This is below 37 degrees Celsius and it is rising up. This is 37. So on 6th March, it is 37 degrees Celsius, which means she has a normal temperature. Now it has fallen down, and on 7th March, it is below 37 degrees Celsius. After it got raised, and on 8th March, it seems that it is above 38 degrees Celsius. But you can see in between 7 and 8, like, which means this is in between 7 and 8, this is the 7th day. So 7th day or on 7th March, the temperature rises above 37 degrees Celsius. So what day did Fatima become ill means? It's on 7th March. Okay. B part, what was her highest temperature? So now in this chart, you have to find the peak value. So the peak value means the highest marking. So this is the highest marking, that is around 39 degrees Celsius. So what was the highest temperature means? 39 degrees Celsius. Now the C part is, how many days did it take her temperature to return to normal? Start counting when her temperature reached the highest point. So the temperature reached the highest point is here on 10th March, 39 degrees Celsius. So from this point, you have to find how many days it takes to keep back her temperature, her normal temperature. So that is, we need to find on which day the temperature points at 37 degrees Celsius. So 37 degrees Celsius is this. Let's see. Yes, here. Here it reaches on 37 degrees Celsius. So how many days it took? The question is not about which date, how many days. So we have to start from the highest temperature. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. On the sixth day, it becomes normal temperature from the highest temperature. So how many days means? 6 days. So this is about your first question. Is this clear for you? Shall we move to the next question? Okay, here comes the second question. Some learners went on a woodland walk every Tuesday for 6 weeks. They collected acorns and pine cones. They counted how many of each they collected and recorded a result on a graph. Explain why it is not appropriate to join the points together. So this is the first graph. Okay. So this is the graph which gives you an idea about items collected on a weekly walk. Here you can see weeks mentioned on x-axis and number of items mentioned on y-axis. Here they have given you the keys or like indicators. A diamond shape resembles you about acorn, and the square shape resembles you about pine cone. Now, the question is, explain why it is not appropriate to join the points together. So in this graph, they have given you the idea or information about 2 types of items, that is acorns and pine cones. So here in the graph, we can see everything is mixed because the diamond shape and the square shape has been mixed. And the question is, already they have mentioned it is not appropriate to join the points together. Why? That we have to explain. Do you have any idea why it's so? Why it's not appropriate to join the points together? If some situation arises, how will you explain to someone? Or how will you clarify their doubts? Why it can't join, or why it is not appropriate to join the points together? Yes, here you can explain like this. That is, the intermediate points have no meaning. There is a lot of number of acorns and pine cones for each week only. See, intermediate point means what? A point between 2 measured values. So here you can see these all are measured values, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., 30, 40, These are 20, 40, 60. These all are measured values, and in between these measured values, you can see many spaces. So these are the intermediate points. Here, the intermediate points have no meaning. Why? There is a total number of accounts and pine cones for each week only. Weekly work they mentioned, but they have mentioned every Thursday for 6 weeks. So there is a total number of accounts and pine cones for each week only. So we can't understand what data actually they have given. It is not appropriate. When we get a graph, every information is crystal clear in the graph. They have mentioned everything on x-axis and y-axis, but with a single look itself, we can understand what that graph represents. But can you identify anything from this graph? It all looks clumsy, and with intermediate points even have no meaning. At least if it has meaning, we can understand something, but we couldn't able to find anything from the graph. So you can easily explain why it so means the intermediate points have no meaning. That's why it is not appropriate. See, sometimes this kind of graphs also appear. So you have to understand why it happens. So why it's very difficult to find the information represented on that particular data. Is this clear? Okay, now we will move on to the very next. Here comes the next question. This graph shows the temperature in a greenhouse. A part, what is each division worth on a vertical axis? B part, what is each division worth on horizontal axis? C part, what was the time when the temperature reached 20 degrees Celsius? D part, what was the temperature at 1 p.m.? So this is the chart which gives you an idea about greenhouse temperature over an afternoon, where x-axis resembles time from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and y-axis resembles the temperature in degrees Celsius from 0 to 40 degrees Celsius. So shall we start doing the answer part? Yes. A part question is, what is each division worth on the vertical axis? So vertical axis is a y-axis. What is each division worth on x-axis? Each division means these are each division. This is the one, this is the one, another one, etc. So this is 0, then comes 10, 20, 30, 40. So after this 0, you can see a division mark here, right? So 0 and 10. In between 0 and 10, the mid value is 5. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So what is each division worth on the vertical axis is 5 degrees Celsius, because these all are mentioned in degrees Celsius. That's why 5 degrees Celsius. Now, what is each division worth on horizontal axis? So it starts from 1 p.m. and here it's 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. In between this, you can see how many division 1, 2, 3, then this is the 1. So you know that 1 hour is 16 minutes. So how the 60 minutes have been divided here? So if this is a 0 minute or 1 p.m., then this is 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, 2 p.m., 2:15, 2:30, 2:45, 3 p.m., 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, 4 p.m., and so on. So you have to divide each division equally. That's why I divided this. How many divisions over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 60 minutes like that. So you got each division as 15 minutes. Now the C part is, what was the time when the temperature reached 20 degrees Celsius? So 20 degrees Celsius is over here. So what was the temperature time when the temperature reached 20 degrees Celsius? So that the point is over here. So this is 2 p.m., this is 2:15, this is 2:30. So the time is 2:30 p.m. Now, what was the temperature at 1 p.m.? Where the 1 p.m. is here? Yeah, 1 p.m. is here and the temperature is not 10 degrees Celsius or not 15 degrees Celsius, in between 10 and 15, but closer to 10. So you can say around 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. So is this clear? Now we will move on to our next question. This graph shows the attendance of class 5 during 1 week. One of the graph does not show the data in an appropriate way. Decide which graph is not appropriate. So these are the graphs. Here you can see two different graphs which gives you the exact same idea. So the idea is class 5 attendance. They are giving the idea or data about class 5 attendance. Both the graph resembles x-axis and y-axis, and the data are even same. On x-axis, day, and on y-axis, number of learners. Uh, Days are correctly mentioned on both the graphs, and even the y-axis marking also seems same. Everything is same. The only difference is both graphs are different type. This is a bar graph, and this is a line graph. Like these are the points you join that, so you got a marking like this. Now just analyze these two graphs and just see which graph is not appropriate, or by looking at graph, which one seems better for you. If that one is better, which gives you the helps you to find the entire data, the opposite one or the other one becomes the inappropriate. So the question is simple. Just find or decide which graph is not appropriate. See, when you look at this first graph, it has been specifically mentioned everything. You can even understand the intermediate points and all. See, from this is this much to this much is Monday, Tuesday. Everything is given. Intermediate points are clear, but here you can see data are here, but it is not appropriate. Intermediate points are not clear. It is like a point, and it is not specific. Data is here, but it is not looking appropriate one. So, can you write which one is not appropriate? Graph 2 is inappropriate because the intermediate points have no value. There is a total for each day of the week only. So graph 2 is inappropriate because the intermediate points have no values. So this is about the same type of question that we have discussed before. Like the second question, I think. I'm not sure about the number of like second or third, but we have been discussed a type of this question just before. So this is about the fourth one. Now we will move on to the fifth question. The graph shows the height of a candle as it burns. A part, how tall was a candle when it was first lit? B part, how many centimeters of candle burned in the first hour? C part, what is the height of the candle after 2 hours? D part, how long does the candle take to burn down from 18 centimeter to 4 centimeter? And this is the chart which gives you an idea of height of candle as it burns. This is the time or hours, and this is the height of the candle. So the candle was 18 centimeter. Then it burns down and it reaches at the end at after 4 hours. So now we have to answer all these questions with the help of this chart. How tall was a candle when it was first lit? So when it was first lit, the height of the candle was 18 centimeter. How many centimeter of the candle burned in the first hour? So the first hour means this one. So this one, it reached 10 centimeter. So this is 10 centimeter points. Actually, the height is like 18. So 18 to 10 it reached. So how many centimeter of candle burn means from 18 you have to subtract this 10. So that is 8 centimeter. Now the C part is, what is the height of the candle after 2 hours? After 2 hours means the point is here. It is somewhat in between 6 and 4. So You can give an approximate value because it is not given placed or marked on the exact value. So after 2 hours from 18 centimeter, it reaches somewhat here. So you have to subtract this point from 18 centimeter. So you will be getting the height of the candle after 2 hours. You can see it as a 5.5 centimeter, a reasonable value, because this in between this 4 and 6 you can see a 5, but when you place the mid of this place, you can see that somewhat it will be here. When you point out here, you can see it is more than 5. So you can write as 5.5 centimeter. Accept a reasonable approximation, because here we can't find the exact centimeter and all, because it is not marked on the, like if it is like 6 or 8, we can find the exact value for subtracting it, but it is somewhat this. So we can give only a reasonable approximation. That's why I only answered here as 5.5 centimeter. Now, how long does the candle take to burn down from 18 to 4 centimeter? So 4 centimeter is here. How long the candle take to burn down from 18 to 4 centimeter is, see, we need to find the time. So 4 centimeter is over here. So from 18 centimeter to 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter is here. So in between 2 and 3. So in between 2 and 3, the mid time is 2.5 hour or 2 hour 30 minutes. Then also we are taking an approximate or a reasonable approximation, because we can't say it as exactly, this is an approximation. But it almost 2 hour 30 minutes. So this is about a fifth question. Hope this is clear for you. Next comes a follow-up activity for you. This is your question. Actually, you have to draw a line diagram to show this information, and you can find the information from your textbook. Kindly refer page number 74 for the data. Here on that page number 74, bottom of that page number 74, you can see a tabular column which gives you the information. On behalf of that information, you have to draw a line graph. So just do this in your math note and share it via class coach. So that's all for today. Hope you all understand all the questions discussed in today's session. If you have any doubts or any queries, you can call or message me. So that's all for today. Once again, I'm wishing you a happy new year. Wishing you a beautiful year ahead to all my kiddies and family members. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you.